they'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And that is incomplete. Now the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped a field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3 and out on their opening drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One more time with Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Tucker's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throws out left, it's caught by Williams.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The Lions at 6-4 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Back to throw. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Ravens 10, Lions 0. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first contact at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And take it right on the 30. A minute 52 to play until halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Andy Isabella from 17 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Lions, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get it down. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has a 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And some room to maneuver. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And they'll accept that penalty. So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
At the Ravens' 28-yard line.
Now they'll pitch it out here. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left during the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now they'll pitch it out here.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet.